Hi everybody, Joe here from SHUTTERSPEAK Photography. Very nice to see your smiling faces again here on YouTube. So, Black Friday has come and gone, Cyber Monday has come and gone, and now it's time to get out those holiday decorations, put up the tree, put up the wreath, whatever it is you like to do for decorating, put out the menorah, whatever it is that your traditions are. But one of the things that this season does bring is the opportunity for us to take some creative pictures. So I'm going to give you 5 ideas for some holiday pictures that you can take. They're all easy to set up, easy to do, and fun. So hey, let me walk you through these 5 pictures. But before we do, I'd just like to take a moment to say thank you for watching, and if anything in this video helps you out, if you get a creative idea, you take a picture that comes out great, do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. That's really the best thing that you can do for me to help me out. And best of all, it's free. And also feel free to hit the like button. And if you have a suggestion for a type of creative picture that I haven't listed here, feel free to leave it down below in the comments. So let's get started with idea number 1. Okay, so our first idea is going to be to use the tree and the ornaments and the lights on your tree to get some shots with very creative, fun bokeh. Okay, so bokeh, in case you're not sure what that term means, that's just basically anything that's in the background that's kind of soft and blurry. That's bokeh. Okay, and it's kind of easy to accomplish, but you are going to need a camera with a lens that can kind of step down maybe to f2.8 if that's what you have, or if you don't have 2.8, f4. If you have even lower than 2.8, 1.8, that's even better. But so I'm shooting with the Z6 II, the Nikon Z70 to 200 f2.8 lens, and essentially all I really need to do is I'm just going to take the camera here and I'm going to focus on an ornament or a section of the tree where there's some distance between an ornament and some lights behind it. Okay, I'm going to get a little shot of that ornament with the lights in the background, and if I do it right, I should be able to get those lights in the background to be nice and soft and kind of dreamy. And we're up close, and actually this lens is great for taking some up close pictures. So let's give that a shot, and I'm going to show you what one of those pictures looks like now, so you can see how it's going to come out. Okay, so in this photo, the camera was set on aperture priority mode. The aperture was set at f2.8, and I used auto ISO to let the camera manage the ISO so that it could ramp up as high or as low as it needed to get the proper exposure with the changing lights of the Christmas tree. All right, so the second setup is we're going to use some extension tubes to get some super close-ups of some of the things on the tree. You can get extension tubes for like as low as like $59 for most cameras. I'm using the Nikon Z system, but it really doesn't matter. They make them for almost every system that you own, and it's a super cheap way of doing macro photography without having to buy an expensive macro lens. I've done a video on these extension tubes, the Mikey that I'm using today, and I'll put a link up top there so that you can check that video out if you want to. But essentially all we're going to do is we're going to pop an extension tube on so we can get super close, and then we're going to snap a picture of, again, one of the ornaments or a section of an ornament, and it's going to give us a super shallow depth of field, and we're going to be able to get in really, really close. So let me show you what that looks like. Okay, so this next photo we're using the extension tube to get a super shallow depth of field. This photo was shot at f4.5, 1/200th of a second at 70 millimeter. And again, using that extension tube, you see this super shallow depth of field that's produced in this photograph. So the next idea is simply to use the lights of the tree, okay, to create color casts on an ornament or a section of the tree. Okay, because the lights on this particular tree, the lights are different colors and they fade in and out into different colors. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set up, and I'm going to wait for a couple of the bulbs to turn an interesting color, and I'm going to try and illuminate one of the ornaments. In this case it's going to be the Millennium Falcon. Okay, and the Millennium Falcon, Star Wars ornament, it's very gray, but when the lights around it turn blue and red and yellow. It's going to create some really cool casts of color on the ornament, and I'm going to snap the picture, and that's going to be fun also. So you want to use the lights on the tree to your advantage to create colors. You might want to use a tripod for something like this because you may need a little bit of a longer exposure time. But if you have a fast enough camera and if you got a steady hand, you can definitely do this handheld as well. So let's check that out. Okay, so this photo was shot at f/18 using aperture priority mode. I had the camera set to auto ISO, and I did use a tripod because it was a bit of a long exposure. Now I was using f/18 because I wanted to get as much of the Millennium Falcon in focus as I could, and using smaller apertures just made too much of the ornament out of focus. So that's why I went that route, and it seems to have worked out pretty well. All right, so for this next idea, I want you to show off some of your holiday attire. I mean, we all have the silly hat or the fuzzy socks or whatever it might be. So I want to show you an idea on using them in a picture. Okay, in this case, I'm going to use some silly Christmas socks, and you'll see how that works out to make a nice image. Again, I just basically just took this picture myself using the 70-200 at 70 millimeter, went wide on this one, so vertical, not horizontal, and got the socks, we got the tree, and it makes for a great holiday image. This is something that you could put on a holiday card or, you know, on Instagram or whatever. It's just a fun, simple picture, but it ends up having a really good look. So let's check that out. Okay, so 70 millimeter f2.8 and just straight up vertical shot there. Real easy to do and gives you a great look. And for idea number 5, again, very similar to the first idea, but get some family members, get some neighbors, get those silly hats on, and get some portraits around the tree wearing that festive attire. Again, great and simple idea for your Christmas card. Okay, everybody put on a Santa hat or a holiday hat. Just stand around the tree and take some pictures. So there you have it. That's 5 ideas. Don't forget that last one especially. You can simply do that just by using your phone and taking a self-portrait, okay? Easy to do. So I hope that gives you a couple of ideas that are easy for you to do, give you a little bit of inspiration, and get you started taking some fun, creative holiday pictures. I know we're still kind of all stuck inside, so anything that we can do indoors is just a great thing to be doing right now. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you have a creative photo idea, leave it in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it as always. Feel free to hit that subscribe button because that really helps me out most of all. Much appreciated. And I'll see you next time, YouTube. Bye-bye.